So hey all, uh, I am in preparations for my next trip to Chicago in a few weeks. Um, I think that most of it's pretty much ready to go. There's just a few last minute things I have to put into place, and then it'll probably be a little bit before we go anywhere. At least a good 4 months, I think. We'll see. This time I'm going on my own, so I will be traveling solo for the first time in a while, which I think should be different, but for the most part, I don't anticipate any complications. But it should be a good trip, and I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully it all goes well. So, in writing news, I haven't really been making a lot of progress lately. I started working on a short story that I kind of liked, the way it started, and even though I kind of have a plan for it, it just sort of hasn't. I haven't been making a lot of progress on it for one reason or another. Not for lack of trying, but I'm also kind of trying to work through the last editing pass of my current project and start working on editing some other stuff as well as hopefully starting on something new because editing, I still haven't gotten the knack of it exactly, but I'm working on it. But that's what's going on right now, at least as far as that's concerned. Video news, it's probably going to be a relatively light day in terms of heavy lifting. Um, I don't think other than the vlog, I don't think I'm recording anything today, but what I am doing is doing, the vlog and working on editing a couple of book reviews to get them up and scheduled. There's one that, in hindsight, I kind of don't like some of the comments, but I might see if I can edit it to salvage the review because there's not honestly that much that I say in it one way or another. It's actually kind of short, but I don't know. I mean, I've gone back and forth on what to leave, what to keep, or if it's just something I just can't salvage. But I don't know yet. I'm gonna see what I can do with it. Um, but books I am reading. I'm currently still reading Return to Divalia, which is the latest Gold Argyle book, which so far is turning out to have its usual signature elements. A little bit of gay romance, a little bit of, really good. I don't even know if I'd call it exactly a fantasy story, but he's just really good at writing narratives. And yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's had a longer prologue than I expected. The setup for the story takes up the first 50 pages, but so far it's been really good. And and I'm also reading Star Trek Firewall by David Mack, which is the story of Seven of Nine and how she ended up joining the Fenris Rangers, which is a story I was looking for pretty much since the end of the first season of Picard. So, it's been out for a while, but I'm finally getting a chance to read it. And I was originally going to try to read another book right now, which I will get to eventually. But I've come to the conclusion that I really can only feasibly read two books at the same time, and not have it become a chore. So, that's about as good as I can do. So this means it's going to be a while until some of the other ones make it into the queue, but it will all get read eventually. I have a lot of books on the pipeline, from a lot of different authors. There's a lot of stuff that I kind of want to keep reading and seeing what happens, and just enjoying all the fruits that the fandom has to offer, as well as other books. But I have a lot of books on my Kindle. I have probably just as many books in physical copy, and there's at least one or two that I know I need to buy. Um, but beyond that, it's mostly just trying to keep up and hopefully, and enjoying doing the reviews and stuff. But it's I would like to kind of get up to the point where I'm closer to not having so many books on my pile. But who knows if that's a feasible goal. But for right now, it's just, I guess I just have to do like everything else. Just read what I want to read, play what I want to play, watch what I want to watch, and then just let the rest take care of itself. But that being said, it is probably going to be a little bit before I get to Uchunu's book. It's probably going to be a bit before I get to quite a few of these books that I would like to read. But rest assured, I do want to read them all. I will read them all. So, if I've mentioned that I'd be interested in reading your book, just, give me time. I'll get to it. But hopefully it'll be worth the wait. Most of the time, it turns out I think it is. I'm looking forward to seeing what everybody comes up with. Um, let's see. I guess that's one thing I can talk about real quick is that I started playing some of the DLC to Frostpunk again because I played a little bit of it. I had started to download some of the DLC, and then I just kind of forgot about it. And I sort of was in for a while anyway this mode where I was trying to play and clear games that I had bought, and deciding if they're worth keeping or something. And ultimately, I decided that. I was reading something about managing backlog. It was an article or something, and it kind of made me think about it, and it said that if playing a game is becoming more of a slog than it is a benefit, drop it from your list. And it's kind of at least helped me, I think, clear a couple of games that it's just like, am I enjoying this? And the answer was objectively no. It's like, or at least not that I wasn't enjoying it, but it wasn't really worth the experience. It just wasn't capturing my attention as much as it should have. um, there's a couple of games I was playing where it was just like it was fun-ish, but I kind of knew as I was playing it that they were one and done. And in some of the things that I had read about one of them, it was just like, yeah, there really isn't any benefit to continuing. And one of the others was just kind of like, it's clunky and hard to manage, and it wasn't really just a good game that I found easy to play. And satisfying my curiosity just to see how the story developed really wasn't worth the time and effort. So, that being said, it's like I'm definitely going to try and spend my time playing games that click with me, that I enjoy, and so on and so forth. But that being said, I was playing Frostpunk's DLC. It's one called The Last Autumn, and it's about building the reactor that heats the city in the main game. And it's like I had been playing it for a little while. I stopped playing it and I kind of forgot about it, and then I started playing it again, and things were going pretty not well. I kind of realized after a while, it's like, you know what, I'm probably gonna just have to start over. So I just did that and changed a few decisions, because there was one or two things I read in an article that was just like, oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. So, I approached it from a different angle, and it seems like it's going a lot better this time. I think also I might have lowered the difficulty to easy. I don't know, but I'm sure if I did, that's probably another reason why it's going well. But if for no other reason, I mean, I'm playing these games to enjoy myself, at least the first time. Or if it's like I know that worst case scenario, if I die or fail or whatever, it's like I can always just start another game and try again. But at least for right now, it's like I'm having fun, and it kind of reminds me a little bit of a little bit of the inspiration that I need for the projects I'm working on now. Um, but that being said, I am going to probably enjoy some of the DLC for a while, and then at the appropriate time, I'll probably look into getting the sequel to Frostpunk, because Frostpunk 2 is out, and I definitely am looking forward to playing that at some point in the future. But maybe in a little while. Right now, I'm working on enjoying the first one, playing the Final Fantasy VII remake again, because I used to play some version of Final Fantasy VII every year. And I also need to finish Trails of Cold Steel 4 one of these days, and finish the series with Trails into Reverie. But those games are like 100-hour commitments, so it's kind of why it takes like forever for me to play those. But that being said, that's about it for now. But I will do some editing, see if I can't get some videos finished, and I will catch you all later.
If you like werewolves, check out my book Blue Moon, available in paperback and ebook on Amazon. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, click the subscribe button and leave a comment below. See you next time.